Hello everybody, I have here the parts of a ring that I have to make, and I have to make it with a stone. I have an 8mm amethyst here. I'm going to cut a bowl out of a sheet, put the amethyst in the bowl, and then I'm going to mount it to a ring shank, and I might just use this round wire. I made this sheet out of a pure silver bar, and I rolled it out on my rolling mill. I've made it a couple times before, and that's going to kind of look like this, but the bowl for the amethyst is going to be a full bowl, not like a conical bezel. So I have written down that the sheet needs to be 0.9mm thick, and this wire band is going to be as is, 2mm-ish. And we get some wire, we get a stone, and we get a sheet. There we go. Should be fun. I went too thin on it. Gotta try again. Oops. So I went ahead and immediately screwed up the piece of sheet I was using. So I'm gonna start annealing another piece of sheet. Gonna try again with this bad boy. So I'm gonna stop there at 0.95 because I really want 0.9, but I'll take a little extra meat. You can kind of see it's a little wavy, so I'm just gonna do just a little bit of flattening on the anvil with my rubber mallet. Rubber mallet is not going to really affect the thickness, but it does just kind of coax it to being a little flatter. Now I'm going to cut out a circle, and I've got plenty of tries here because the stone is only, it's only that big. I've got plenty of opportunity to make this correct. I'm going to basically scribe out a 10mm circle, like 1mm on either side, and then we'll cut out a nice little circle. Right about there, 5mm. And I'll spin it in a circle, and it'll be 10mm. Math. Get it nice and close to the edge, huh? And I'm gonna spin the work, right? Easy. And we're gonna beat it into a bowl. So I'm gonna cut it out. I'm gonna bowlify it. Turn that into a little cup, like a teacup. So I'm gonna use the famous blue-handled Irwins here. I'm gonna cut it out of a square, I guess, because that makes more sense than trying to cut around. Yeah. And now we have like a octagon. Okay. Don't worry, all these little babies are going into the scrap pile. And I'll sweep them up. And then I'll melt them back down. Okay. Perfect. That looks pretty good. And now we're going to beat them into a bowl. We're going to use our little bowl machine here. We figure out which little hole he goes into. That one looks a little too big, so we're not going to do that one. Maybe we'll look at the little ones. Oh, that one might work. Yeah, that looks okay. Don't mind the little rust on the tool here. Perfect, much better. Just do a little bit of bristling bushing. Alright, so that guy's gonna go in there. Because we're just gonna put him there, and we're gonna smash him in with a little ball. And now I gotta find a little ball that's gonna fit. I bet you we're gonna use this one. Yeah, that one looks good. So I'm gonna anneal this one more time with the... We just want to make sure that he bends really easy. Kind of gives... I don't want him to fight me. Cleaned it up a little bit. He's flat and he's approximately the right shape, and he's been filed down. We put him in the top. We put him in the top and we hit him. Top. I'm gonna dop him in. Wish me luck. I'm gonna go up a size on my dopper here. You can kind of see he's a little bowl-ish now. Yeah, right. Pretty good. So the next important question is the bowl deep enough for the stone? And I'm not sure it is. So what I usually do is I drill a little divot in the bottom of the bowl just so that the stone can sit, and he'll kind of sink in a little bit. And also we push up the sides a little bit just to kind of like hug the stone. That's the whole ring right there. Wish me luck. And the problem is that my walls are not tall enough. I'm just trying to sink the stone below the walls. I might have to hammer this a little bit more to make the walls kind of go up a little bit more. I'm going to take this and I'm going to smash it again and hopefully the walls go up. But I'm going to anneal it first. Okay, so I've annealed it till it should be soft again, and I'm going to mush this in here and hopefully the walls come up a little bit further. I think this might be okay. The full gem pavilion seems to be underneath the wall now. It's capable of holding the gem in. I will solder it to the ring shank, thin out the upper edge, fold the upper edge over to hold the stone down. And if that fails at any of those points, I'm going to be doing this all over again. Wish me luck. Mostly so I don't mess up immediately. I'm going to do a little practice run on my ring shank with this wire to make sure that I can get a 9 1/4 ring. The golden rule is that you always want to make these match up as best as possible. And I have a problem, is that these are still pretty ugly. You move them past each other, you bring them back, and you slide them over here. I'm going to take my titanium clip and I'm going to hold it together like that. That's going to hold during soldering because the titanium isn't going to absorb any heat. Now I'm going to request that my clip... What the heck? Excuse me. Thank you. We're going to let it soak in the pickle pot for just a minute. Alright, I think this is a good candidate for a set here. This is currently an 8, but that's okay. Once I solder the bowl to the shank, I'm going to need to harden the band anyway, which is going to open it up. And I'm going to put it right there, right on the top of the same solder joint. Flatten out a little portion on the bowl. That they'll just sit right there. Look at that. Oops, bye. Isn't that the most lovely thing you've ever seen? Now I have to actually solder it. Quite a bit. Put that right there. With the whole shebang here now. It looks pretty good. So mostly the setting vise just lets me work and not have to hold it really tight with my fingers. Holding stuff just gets exhausting. I'll do the best I can with the videographies, but I might have to let you go. I'm going to thin out the lip of the bowl, and then I'm going to fold the bowl over. So now I'm going to try to push it over with a pushing movement from down to up and in. And I'm doing it with the file. So it's actually going to thin the bowl out more while I do this. Sometimes it's thin enough you can just push it over. And just moosh it. That rock is in there now. Still in there, nice and good. This is looking good. I like this design because it's nice and strong.